Hey everyone, welcome to the show, My So-Called Fabulous. Oh my goodness, you know, one of my pillars in my platform is beauty. I love beauty. I just love it. I just eat it up. Can't get enough, everyone. And so I have had the fabulous opportunity of having so many fabulous makeup artists and beauty gurus on the show. But y'all, let me tell you, got this girl here and I cannot believe it. She's here. She's from California, Dallas, and now in Fort Worth. So everyone, welcome to the show, Jody Shays with Queen Bee Salon and Spa. Welcome, Jody.
Thank you. It's an honor.
It is such an honor.
I'm so grateful. Thank you.
I'm the grateful one. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming over and sharing your knowledge and your new location in Dallas.
I know.
Are you just so excited?
So excited. 10 years in the making.
Yeah, really? Dallas was?
Yeah, I had friends from Dallas. I had clients in California who moved home because everybody moves home to Dallas.
Yes.
Who said, you have to come out here. And it just, you know, 10 years.
10 years. So let's back up. You were from the UK.
Yes.
You can hear it. Mm-hmm. I bet your family tells you you've lost a little of your accent.
Big time. Big time.
Okay, my friend that's
yeah.
their family has moved to Texas many years ago from Bristol,
Mm-hmm.
area you're from in London and UK. And they're like, okay, he's now sounds like kind of like a Texan and an Australian.
It's weird, isn't it? Because I've lived everywhere. Boston, odd. New Jersey, can you imagine?
No.
You know,
what
saying coffee or odd. And then Miami, California, and now everyone's trying to, you know, train me to say y'all. 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 You know.
It'll come.
I can't even say, you know, I say garage where we're from. Mm-hmm. And the fun part of the girls at Queen Bee is say it garage. And I can't say garage. Like for the life of me, I cannot say it the American way.
Garage.
Garage.
Yeah. You know what? It'll come. I bet
it's
or
coming.
Not. It doesn't matter. You're so charming.
Have fun with it.
I know. Okay. So let's back up. Several years, you moved all over the United States. You came on over here as fast as you could get over here. You're in California, Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, probably the beauty capital of the United States, for sure, right?
Oh, yes.
So tell me how that experience was.
I have to say, it was the best and worst training.
Wow.
Because you literally, you will meet every walk of life. And you better be ready for Beverly Hills because these clients are demanding. So I really truly learned what I wanted to bring into my own space and what I didn't want to bring into my own space.
Right. And you learn from employers that weren't necessarily what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
You learn, right? And to me, that is the best internship.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. You don't pick up those bad habits.
Yeah.
So you really, you know, having that innate sense of what is right and what is wrong and what customers truly deserve and what they're paying for.
Right. So tell us what Queen Bee Salon and Spa is.
I like that question because we are truly different to what's out there. We're very, very authentic. So the people that come on board at Queen Bee, they're selfless people. All of my staff are selfless people. They all give. And we like to make relationships with our clients. It's not a churn and burn space. I've been to places where I just feel like I'm a ticket. You know, how can I upsell you on something? Is that pressure good enough? No, go harder. That's another $50. We're not about that.
Wow.
It is about whatever that personal experience is in the room. And an example of that is our basic facial, which is not basic, is that you might come into the room and say, I want that. But my facialists innately know you don't want that, you need this.
Oh, I love that.
So I don't, and the same with Brazilian waxes. I don't ever want a client to leave saying, I will never do that again. I want a client to leave saying, that wasn't so bad, I'll be back in 4 weeks.
Right.
So really, I truly believe our services are very authentic. And we create this family environment, not just for our staff, but we create that for our clients. I want you to feel like you are walking into my living room every time you come in.
Well, I have found, when I was living in Austin, I had do I call this a facialist or esthetician?
You can call it
whatever.
Yes,
you want. Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Therapist.
That I did. For sure.
Yeah.
I did have my person. Well, I moved to Fort Worth, and I haven't quite found that yet. I'm finding a lot of places that have memberships or it's a franchise, and I feel like a number instead of a client. Oh, you're going to get the downtown Fort Worth facial. I'm saying that because I'm looking at a sign downtown Fort Worth. And this is what you're getting. Now, I'm 58 years old. I'm assuming my services will look very different from my daughter that's 24. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one size doesn't fit all.
It doesn't. And first of all, you are gorgeous.
Why, thank you.
You are
Thank
a very
you.
naturally stunning person.
Thank you.
But
Thank
you are
you.
correct. If we have a client come in and they're 23 years old and they've requested a specific peel, we will absolutely tell them this is not for you.
I love that. I love that so much. Now, if I call and book online, your beautiful website, by the way, and we're going to give you all that information in the show notes. But if I book, when I get there, can you just guide me instead of me going, oh, I need the pumpkin? For example, you have the pumpkin pill. How does that work? How would I book a facial?
We always recommend anywhere you go, get the basic facial, like get an hour facial. So another thing that differentiates us is that you come in, most facials are an hour. So we can always say to you, okay, we know you've booked that facial, but your skin type is super dry. So we're going to throw this peel in instead.
Okay.
So it's kind of like being a witch when you're an esthetician or a chef, whatever you want to call it. And the fun part about having this amazing back bar. So we have the most beautiful curated products at Queen Bee. They're all from Europe.
Wow.
Hungary, Finland, Italy. They're beautiful.
Yes.
And we just grab stuff from the shelves. So we don't always have, so when you go to these, the membership places or the big franchises, they have their products out in front of you. So what you see is what you get. I did a facial last week and I was like, oh, I think I know that person. And I pulled out all of these products. I didn't use one of them. I was up and I was like, no, I'm going to use this and I'm going to use this. And we're witches. We're going to blend it. Whatever you want to call it. We're good witches. We're Glendas. And we'll just put on you what we think. And then obviously at the end of the facial, we make specific notes. Like today, I used this on Tiffany. So that the next time we see you, we say, oh, we use this on you. So it's all custom. It's all authentic.
I love that.
I know.
I just love it. So tell me this, how often should my listeners, followers, your community, how often should we have a facial? Should we? I know.
Some people like a facial every month.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if that's what you want, whether you need it or not, go get it. If it makes you feel good, if it's that hour away from the kids, or you just need to be touched and loved on, go get a facial whenever you want. Not too frequently because you can confuse your skin, right? Some people get a facial once a year.
Right.
And now it's different if you're suffering from acne, or if you have a condition that you want an esthetician to treat. You know, you either go to a dermatologist or you can go to an esthetician. They have acne protocols. So you might see people with acneic skin going in every 3 weeks.
Right.
For treatment.
Right.
So it's really up to the individual
Very
and what
much.
their needs are.
I'm loving because you're going back, everything you're saying, authenticity.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yes. Nothing's
Authenticity.
forced.
Yeah, you're very transparent too.
Right.
I love
Very.
that. You know, going back to the products, it's tough because I am a people pleaser. And so I think, okay, I'm going to buy these products. I may not know how to use these products. I just rather come back and get a facial. You know what I mean? And so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That hard sell is tough.
It is. And I think that if you're the person paying, you need to go into your service saying, I'm here for a facial. I'm not buying products at the end, but I appreciate you. Give them an extra tip.
Right.
If you're going to one of those places, membership, franchise, they're going to want to sell you that franchise's branded products.
Right.
You can always say at the beginning of your service or when you book the appointment, please put in my notes that I will not be buying products.
Right.
And you don't have to be mean about it. You just have to be direct. Like,
Yes.
just not buying products today. Just let me have my facial, let me relax, and I'm out.
Do you know how difficult that is for me to be direct? Grow a pair. Hey.
Well, just imagine it this way. There is so much waste in the beauty industry. There's so much crap that goes into the landfills. Just have that on your conscience of, I don't want to take this home and not use it.
Exactly.
Or I'm going to have to donate it.
Donate. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I do want to go over your services. However, I'm going to take this because we've talked about this since 2020, the pandemic. So I asked you and I had a conversation earlier this week. I asked you, how in the world did you end up in Dallas? And you, of course, you said at the beginning of the show that you had clients that were, you got to come out, you got to come out.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about your husband and your daughter. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just graduated Highland Park High School.
Oh, what an amazing school. What an
Charlotte.
incredible experience that Highland Park is.
Congratulations, Mama.
Thank you. That's Oz.
I know.
You want to go to Oz? You go to Highland Park High School. That's unbelievably.
And it's a public school.
I don't want everybody to know, to be honest.
Yes, please don't. Please don't. Well, okay, so your daughter and your husband
Yes.
took a road trip, right?
We did. It was so quick. So we had been closed down, as you know, in California. Newsom had us locked down hard in my industry. You could still go to TJ Maxx,
Oh, gosh.
do some shopping. But
Yes.
the spa industry got closed down hard. It was a blessing. As
Really?
much as I complained and, why yada.
Yes.
It was a real blessing because I got downtime and I got to figure out what we wanted to do with our lives. My child was suffering online.
Yeah.
We had suicides in the schools. And she began to go a little dark. So my husband and I said, we need a road trip. We need to get out of here. This was third lockdown. And so I have two very, very good friends here, Shiva and Kerry. And I said, I'm coming out. And my girlfriend Shiva has been trying to get me out. She married a Dallas, she lives out here. She's from California. I said, I'm coming out. We're driving out. And this was a week before your big freeze. We just missed it.
Oh, gosh.
We missed it by a day.
Ooh.
So we got in the car and we drove for 2 days. It was the best family road trip. We needed it. We needed to get out of California. And we arrived in Dallas and it was very eerie because we came from a place where kids, if they were allowed to be outside, were outside playing in masks 20 feet away from their friends. And we drove into Park Cities and the kids were outside playing football together, no masks. They were outside in their front yards playing. Everybody was out. Adults were outside. And I remember just tearing up.
This is it.
I just thought, where are we? Like, we literally, went down the yellow brick road.
Right, right.
And we ended up outside of Highland Park High School. And this wonderful gentleman came out and he said, can I help you? And we said, well, we're here from California. We had California plates. We were kind of scared because, damn California plates. Now I look at them with what are you doing here? Changed out my California plates to Texas plates.
Now that you're a Texan, yeah.
I give them a scowl now. Don't, what are you doing here? I know I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Transparent. What can I tell you? I love California. I do. But we got to this high school. This guy came out. Turns out he was one of the administrators. And he said, come on in. He said, we're really not doing in-person tours right now, but come on in. It was crazy. The theater was in session, and my daughter is a theater person. The kids were on stage. Everybody's, some people had masks on, some people didn't. Nobody cared. Nobody questioned you. It's a different culture. It's a different culture here.
Yeah.
I cannot describe it to you.
Right.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to find those words that really depict how I feel about Texas and Dallas. But we enrolled in that school. We had decided within 2 days of being here that this was our home.
This is it.
And my kid was only in the high school for 2 years. She had the best 2 years of her life, met some of her best friends forever. I mean, you want to talk about real people.
Yeah.
The kindness, and it's authentic.
And you said that when we were talking the other day. I mean, it was just
it's
beautiful.
Weird to me.
I know.
I've met some of my closest friends here now.
Isn't that wonderful?
And it's normal.
Right.
This is normal. This is how life should be. And I want to protect that. It's bizarre. If anybody says anything negative about Texas, I'm like,
Really?
really? then I'm going to get a Texas accent.
Yeah,
you're
then
going to hear it come out then.
Yeah.
Y'all. What are you talking about?
Oh, there you go.
But I will say that, California gave me the opportunity to be able to do what I'm doing and do it well. Like, it was just...
You're doing it well.
Yeah.
So the birth of Queen Bee in Preston Center in Dallas. So you've had that store about 6 months now. Is that right?
Well, it's 6 months late.
6 months late.
6 months late. It was
6
supposed to
months
open
late.
up last year.
Okay.
We fully opened about a month ago.
Okay. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, it is. I'm so grateful to be there.
I know you are. So let me talk to you about your services, because some of my favorite things, and the not so favorite because I've not had great experience. But we talked earlier about the facials and how you design and how you prescribe for each person. I want to talk to you about peels, because I get a monthly peel that's not invasive, so my face doesn't fall off on my black pants. Is that, you know what I mean?
You do. Have you ever noticed people shed their hair sheds and you're wearing black? And
Yes, of course. So tell me about your peels, because I'm very interested in your peels.
We're not invasive either. It's enzymes.
Enzymes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're enzymatic, which are wonderful. Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Or the fruit acids. So Eminence, that Hungarian line, I'm obsessed with right now.
Yes.
It's all fruit acids. And we have another one from Epicurean. I got trained on that facial 25 years ago, and we're still using it. And that's the red carpet facial. So before award shows, a lot of clients request that one because it literally, it will peel you. It's like a Pac-Man. And this cinnamon enzyme goes across your face, and it's just eating all the dead skin. And then we put these masks on you that lift. They go really kind of like hard, and you can feel it pulsating. It's wonderful. But if you are going to get a medical peel, you need to go to a doctor to get it.
Okay. The difference is a medical peel versus an enzyme peel.
I can give you a glycolic peel. I have glycolic peels, but they're esthetician strength.
Okay.
I don't trust myself to give you a Jesner.
I love that.
Because, I know estheticians who would, and they'd read the back of the bottle, but I've done that on somebody, actually one of my closest friends, and her face looked like coal, like a lump of coal 2 days later. And that was 25 years ago.
Right.
So I don't trust myself to do something that you should be doing in a medical office.
Love that.
Yeah.
Jody, that is brilliant. I mean, that resonates with so many people, because I think many of us have gone through that.
Yeah, you just can't BS your way through this industry.
No.
I've seen some tragic things,
Yeah.
microblading accidents, peel accidents. I'm the victim of a bad laser experience. I mean, hyperpigmentation on my lips, where a doctor went over my mouth with a laser, all over my arms. I mean, it's just...
Right.
You have to be really careful and selective in this industry.
Yeah, a friend of mine got a Groupon on an IPL and had third-degree burns. And
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, just not knowing. And so I love that. So
You won't see me on Groupon, and you'll never see me. I'll never do a Groupon certificate either. Like,
See? I know. And I'm sure there's great,
there are, and some people have to do it. But
right. Not you. Well, so the peels, so I love that, because I have a friend that does peels in Austin, and she said so many people come to her in her salon and want injections. And she's like, let's worry about and focus on the texture of your skin instead of injections.
Yes.
And I know there's a space for both, but is that right? It's like taking care of your skin.
Yeah, and look, you can spend $300 on a moisturizer. It's not going to take 10 years off of your life. It isn't. Good skincare are genetics. So you look at your family members. Do they have great skin? You're probably going to have great skin, right? And health and diet and wellness. I know when my skin doesn't look great, that I'm not sleeping correctly. I'm not eating the right foods. It really comes from that. I mean, creams help, their moisturizers help, but at the end of the day, when you look at the chemistry of products, the molecules aren't small enough to get into your skin, like some of the peels and the acids, yes, but I'm not going to spend $300 on a moisturizer when I can go out and spend $50 on one that does the same bloody thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's silly. This it's just clever marketing.
And packaging.
And packaging and the chemicals. And, that goes back to Europe. and these skincare that we choose, there are 1,300 banned ingredients in Europe in skincare, right? I think in this country we've got 6 of them banned.
What? Oh my stars!
But one thing is called 20,000 different things.
Oh, of course. But
it's like aloe vera. Oh, it can cure a burn. No, it can't. There's no evidence to say that aloe vera it would cool it down,
calm it.
But
right?
this misinformation about products and skincare. I don't know. I'm such a nerd about it all, and I'm not always right.
Well,
I would like to be.
Again, there's your transparency. I know. I want to be right with everything.
I'm a Virgo.
Too.
Virgos are such a pain in the butt. Like, let me do it.
Exactly. Okay, so the microblading, you talked about that, and I do this. I do the microblading once a month. I love it because I am 58 and I am a
Gotta do what makes you happy.
Peach fuzz.
Yep.
I mean, so I want that stuff off me, and I feel like, is it true that the skincare, if you do microblade, look at me doing this.
Oh, you mean dermablading?
Dermablade.
Yes. Dermablading's wonderful, isn't it?
Dermaplaning.
Yes, dermaplaning, dermablading, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Here's what I need to tell you about that. It's very important. Well, that just removes your vellus hairs. The vellus hairs are peach fuzz.
That's me.
So I would never recommend somebody do it on a coarse hair. So if people get those little catfish whiskers on their lip, you shouldn't be dermablading that. You should be threading, electrolysis, waxing, or tweezing.
Plug it, yeah.
Dermablading and dermaplaning is wonderful, but again, I would only trust a trained esthetician or a PA, NP doctor to do it. All of these things you're buying from the store, they're not surgical blades. True dermablading and planing are a surgical blade that gets disposed of in one of those medical,
right.
dead boxes. So I always would say, if you want it done properly with all that dead skin that comes off, it's such a beautiful thing to do. And then you throw a gentle peel on top of your skin after a dermablade.
Burns
and then
like a mother trucker.
Get some, and yes, it does. And then you get some. Well, it shouldn't burn so bad. That's not good. That sensation's not good.
I'm
but
just a
I get
baby.
it.
I'm a
but
baby.
Putting that infrared on afterwards, infrared is phenomenal.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing for sure. And many things. That's a whole different podcast.
Because it penetrates. It goes inside.
I love it.
Gets inside. It talks to the muscle. Talks to everything. That's a gimmick. That's not a gimmick for me. Infrared. I've seen the results from it.
Yeah.
And I felt the results from it.
Okay, I have a question about lashes and brows. Okay. I have had, I'm getting my words mixed up, but powder brush. I've had the
ombre.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have that now.
I think it's better than the traditional tattoo. It's gentler. It looks more gentle.
For sure. So I do that, but I still need cleanup and I still need colors. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I'm just fading. That in many ways. But,
yeah. I now watching what's going on with this ombre and everything's changing, right? I'm just very careful about recommending microblading and the ombre a lot, especially if somebody has oily skin. I tend to see that color travel a little bit.
Really? No.
So when you go in with somebody like yours looks amazing. Whoever did yours did a great job.
Yes.
Because they kept it, they didn't go wide or thin. They did a great shape.
Yeah, she's meticulous.
Yeah.
Fort Worth brows here.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
So yeah, she did a great job.
Well,
I was looking
you.
at it earlier, and I actually didn't even know it was.
I have to color them in, but I just, I'm at this age. I'm getting hair where I don't want it, and want more.
I mean, people have to understand if you're going to opt for the blade style of microblading, that is an interruption of the follicle. You are actually slicing into a follicle, so you interrupt it.
Oh dear.
You damage it.
Oh man. Okay. You began this whole journey when you were much younger. You shaved your legs at 8. You cut your sister's hair with plastic scissors.
Yes.
You were really, your mom thought something was wrong with you. So, but that was your passion for grooming, right?
Oh no, my mom called the family doctor on me because she thought I was crazy. It's like, no, I just want everybody to look pretty.
Wow. Were you really thinking that, right? I mean,
I used my dad's razor blade, and back then, I won't tell you when, it was one of those double blades, what guys used, and they took the head off, and it's like classic razor.
Yes.
The beautiful ones. And I did a number on my shin. And in the summer in England, I had to wear long socks to school because I didn't want my mum to see it.
But she knew.
Oh, she knew. I used to get into trouble all the time. I was that girl. Cut my hair. I put Sun In. Do you remember Sun In?
Sun In.
I put Sun In on my brown hair.
Yeah.
And I walked around like a ginge.
Was it?
It was weird. I looked like the family guinea pig. I had like a clump of orange hair and like...
Well, I did it, but jumped in the pool, so it was what
green.
color? Green. It was
green.
a beautiful shade of green.
We'd done it all.
I was so cool before it was cool.
Me too.
Yeah, we were thinking, they thought we were weird. Okay, so...
Thank you, Madonna.
Yes, for sure. So, okay, so you were doing this as a young child. And then let's go ahead and fast forward teenagers when we have bikini hair. Right?
Oh, yeah.
The Nair days.
Yes.
I did it.
Yeah,
many
where
times.
did you do it?
Well,
On the
where is
bikini
it?
line.
In the bikini line, and it just kind of got all over the place.
So
and
my story with that was, I used to read all these American magazines. British girls back then, we did not do bikini waxes. I don't know how we got by. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, we did not do that.
Huh.
Yeah. At least it wasn't on my radar. And my mum was really weird about, God put hair on your body for a reason. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
Were you Catholic?
Church of England.
Well, okay.
There you go. I mean,
Yeah.
same, right? It's all the same.
That's me. Yeah.
So I remember I got this, I was like, oh, these Americans are using this stuff and it takes down their hair off.
Yeah.
So I don't know how old I was, teenager, and I put it on and I remember the smell.
Yeah.
The smell of Nair.
Yes.
It's kind of addictive in a way, but it's horrible at the same
Really?
time.
It smells like sulfur.
Loved it. Yes.
Ooh.
So I put it on and I was sitting on the edge of the bathtub and with a towel around me, and I was like, okay, I've got to wait 10 minutes. And I heard my mum come in downstairs because I was living at home. Clearly, I was like 16. And what are you doing? Always checking in. And I ran with my towel on and this cream. So it spread all over.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I remember when I jumped in the shower, I was like, it's not supposed to look like a map of Italy, right? And it was bad because I'd left it on too long as well. So, the burning.
Yes. I mean, it
I
happened.
was so scared.
I know. It's a thing. But it led you to where you are now because you do
I liked
waxing.
it. Yes. And then I got my first real bikini wax in New Jersey and I was hooked. I was like, that feels really good. It feels so clean.
Yes.
I don't do it for anybody else other than myself. I always tell my clients that as well. When they come in for a Brazilian or a bikini, like an in-depth bikini wax, I'm like, you doing this for you? Make sure you're doing it for you. Because it feels clean. It feels super clean.
So tell me the difference between, I should know this, and I do have a question, and we're little ears get away from us, but Brazilian. Explain what a Brazilian, what are the different levels of waxing?
Okay.
Like geography.
First, again, you can have whatever you want in the room. You book a bikini wax and come into the room. You can say to us, I only want this much taken off, but I want this taken off. So again, we're not going to just do whatever it says in the book to do. Mm-hmm. But some people like it all gone. They just want it all gone. They can't stand it. It itches. It gets on their nerves. And they want it all gone. Okay? Have it all gone. Some people like an in-betweeny. So we go a little bit more in depth. It's really what that person wants in the room. You call it a Brazilian wax. In Brazil, they don't take everything off. We've just started to call it that.
Wow.
We call it the full Monty, which is a British term for everything.
Okay.
Right?
Everything.
Everything. So that's why our Brazilian wax is called the full Monty, because you're taking everything.
Everything. Anal hair as well as...
Gone.
Okay. So
Gone.
Everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Not just for women either. We have a lot of male athletes.
Really? Okay. All right.
In LA that do it.
Okay.
Because they don't want to shave.
No.
Cyclists don't want to shave, but they don't want hair either. It's not, this whole waxing thing has been very sexualized over the past, and it shouldn't be.
No.
This is an art. This goes back to Cleopatra. They would remove their hair. They'd use a sugar paste. So the fact that over time people have sexualized getting a bikini wax, to me, is just gross.
Yeah.
It's a hygiene. It's your self-care.
Right.
You feel good about yourself.
Right. Hey, I have to tell you how I started waxing. Well, I was waxing, but I was pregnant with Kennedy. 10 months pregnant, I'm pretty sure. And her dad's like, you might want to go just might want to, you know, okay, because I can't see down there. So anyway, I had several friends of mine, all flight attendants, that went to this Russian woman in Dallas. So I make an appointment, I go, and I'm like, gosh, it's taking a long time. And you know, you're starting to lose your, you can't really feel a lot, but I'm just like, gosh, it's taking a long time. I just don't understand what's going on. So, and I had a good amount of hair.
Yeah.
And I stand up, and the whole room is mirrored, okay? I stand up, and I almost passed out because everything was gone. Everything was gone.
You didn't feel a thing?
No, I didn't feel it.
Because when you're pregnant, you kind of feel that a little more.
I didn't feel it. I don't know what. I didn't feel it. I don't know.
You're a champion.
So I was like, well, oh my gosh. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. She goes, well, all your friends have the same thing done. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I remember going to home, and I go with my husband, and he's like, he just burst out laughing. He goes, you look like a pregnant 12-year-old.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was the clean feeling
Yes.
that I felt.
Yes.
And that was for me after that.
And by the way, your nurses will thank you. I've waxed many people in labor.
Wow.
In early labor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want, if they're having a C-section, they don't want to be shaved because you're going to itch, right? And then who needs that itching, that you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
But we have so many people come in pregnant to
yeah.
get those waxes. The nurses love it because you're clean down there.
Yeah.
If you have, you know, you know.
That's how I started.
Yeah.
And I love it. Now I have lasered everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that was just because of upkeep. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean,
People are big on their laser hair for bikini.
Yeah.
That's one of our number one services in LA and Seattle is a Brazilian wax. We got very famous from that because we just did it well. We just cared. But in Dallas, a lot of people here laser that off.
Jody, you have quite the list, some we won't talk about, but quite the list of stars and celebrities that you've done throughout the years. Yeah. And I'm sure that has helped you in your business too, learning personalities and learning people that are kind and not so kind, right? So, I mean, some of that, can you mention any of that you've had?
The thing that I've learned from that is that a lot of the women who've come to us in the past and men who are celebrities are just normal people.
Yeah.
Most of them really don't want to come through a back door, right? They come in through the front. Jodie Foster, Reese Witherspoon, all of those people. They just want to be treated like normal people. They don't want freebies. They want to pay at the desk. If you're doing freebies for a celebrity, you get to name them, right? So you see, for instance, the Kardashians.
Yeah.
They're not paying for their treatments, but you're able to name them. You're able to say, I do these people because they're getting everything for free with me. Well, we don't publicize our celebrities. They have private lives.
Right.
They just want to go about their business. And normal people. And if you're mean, you don't get to come back.
Right.
I don't care how famous you are, even regular people. If you're, you know, we always know if someone's having a bad day and we just need to try and turn that day around for them. But at the same time, if you're mean,
be kind.
Be kind, but don't come back.
Yeah.
Don't bring us down.
Yeah.
But our celebs are, I'm trying to think who are the nicest people. Margot Robbie, normal, nice, stunning, ridiculously beautiful.
And
with a makeup, like it's cruel. How gorgeous she is.
Speaking of Margot Robbie, this month, June, summer 2023, you are on the cover. Your tan is on the cover of Vogue magazine.
Yes.
Your tan.
That's the greatest of all time. That's Liz Pino at Queen Bee. Her spray tans are beautiful. Margot loves them because they're natural.
Wow.
A lot of celebrities don't want to tell you they're getting a spray tan. They don't want it but it doesn't look like that.
No.
It's custom formulation. Nobody else has it. We mix it. We blend it to what your skin type is.
I want one now.
I know.
I'm too white.
Why is that? Makes you feel so good, doesn't it?
Makes me feel so good.
I feel like I can dance. If I have a spray tan on my legs, I feel like I can get my legs out and actually, you know, dance around, go to the pool. My legs are so white. It's hurtful.
Yeah, I know. My sister said she's so white, she's clear. I have more color
But
than
the
she,
spray tans I see going out, just a lot of orange. There's a lot of orange that goes around. People don't want to look like, so going back to our celebrities who we spray, people don't want to look like they've had a spray tan.
Right.
They want to look like they were in Cabo for 4 or 5 days.
Natural.
And it's a glow and it's pretty.
Sun kissed.
And it doesn't smell weird.
And let me tell you, Margot, when you told me that this week, I looked at that cover photo, Beauty Barbie, and I'm like, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is. It's not orange because
It's barely a spray tan.
I mean,
it's barely a spray tan. It's a dusting. We call it a little dusting.
I need it. I want it. I want it. You are a delight. I just adore you. You're my new friend in Dallas for sure, right? I'm going to come see you. I'm going to come see you. Can I come see you?
Yes.
Wait, can I see you?
Yeah.
I can? Yeah. If I work my magic.
Yeah.
Well, how can we find you?
Okay. Well, we are in Preston Center, nestled next to the Starbucks and a hair salon called Form Salon. And we're right in the middle. There's a beautiful jeweler's next to us. I don't know if you know Skybel Jewelry. So there's all these, female entrepreneurs on my row. They're fabulous.
Wonderful.
And we are queenbeesalonspa.com on our website, and it's at Queen Bee Salon Spa on Instagram. And the good news about our website is we are changing platforms and going to online booking. So if at 2 o'clock in the morning you feel like an itch and you need a Brazilian wax, you will be able to book it online.
That's great.
I know.
And choose your provider.
Yes.
That's great. Nice.
And make notes and say,
she's like, yeah.
It's my first wax. I'm nervous.
I love
You'll be
that.
able to tell us stuff.
I love that. I'm so impressed with you. And you know what? Welcome to the United States, the American dream, right?
I always knew I wanted to live here.
Wow.
Starsky and Hutch. I was allowed to watch that as a kid. I wasn't allowed to watch much. Little House on the Prairie.
I know.
I was like, I'm going to live there one day with those people, and they will accept me.
Yes, they will, because you can wax them.
Yes, even if I can't say y'all.
You're gonna. Next time I see you, you'll have it. When I end up,
I'm going to.
When I come
and
over
cowboy
to Queen
boots.
You do have cowboy boots?
I'm going to get some.
Okay.
But what kind of hat do I need to get? Do I need to get a Stetson or something made in Texas?
I think I'm looking. Beth is here with me with elevated content. What kind of?
Go to Sheffalo. They'll get you a custom hat, maybe even a retro, vintage, beautiful hat.
Is it made in Texas?
They'll shape it to you.
Sheffalo.
Sheffalo.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now you're in a. Have you been to Fort Worth before?
Oh yes.
Okay, so this is where you need to go, down in the stockyards, right?
Stockyards I love.
Off Camp Bowie.
Off Camp Bowie.
Okay, I need to write this down because I need to go back to California with my hat next week.
Well, we'll get you one.
Okay, I love it.
Do it.
And I love honky tonks too.
Oh dear.
I've realized that I like honky tonks.
Ugh. Well, okay.
I may have had another life here. I may have had another life where I actually,
I think you did. I think you did. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
for
here
having me
today.
on.
And you know
Talk
what?
to you all
Sharing
day.
your knowledge, your talent, your career.
Oh, I love it.
With our
Bring
people. I know. And will you come back and tell us more?
Yes, more good stories.
I know. Oh, I know. We were talking to stories. So next one we'll do stories.
We'll do my Jimmy Carter story.
and
Larry King story.
Yes. She's
That's
coming back, y'all.
That's a good one.
All right, everyone. I know you can see this on YouTube, so go on over there, follow along, and we are just loving this beauty talk today, and I hope you do too. Let us know what you'd like to hear. Have a great day, everyone, and keep being fabulous.